Hi, welcome to the Fishing World website. Guesty here. Today I want to talk about trim. Trim is the biggest factor that really affects the dynamics of your boat. I've got the editor of Fishing World, Jim Harmwell, out there, and you can see that's probably a prime example of too much trim up. Bows too high. I know the guys are only moving slow there, but that really shows you the difference between too much trim up and having your trim correctly positioned. The important thing with trim is it can be quite a dangerous situation if you're punching into windy conditions and you have too much bow up. Two things can happen. You can get the boat into a position where it can almost become vertical, especially if you're crossing a bar. The whole idea of trim is to keep a nice even platform for the boat so it rides correctly. Trim up is something that we need to do when we're in a following sea and we have sea conditions behind us, and then bow down or trim down to put weight back forward on the bow when we're punching into the sea or into windy conditions. With your boat trimmed up in too high a position, once you get to speed, you'll hear the engine will start to cavitate because the cavitation plate is too close to the surface, and you'll get that porpoising effect that you can see there. So the boat's hopping and porpoising along. You don't have great contact with the propeller in the water. If you go to turn, you'll get a lot of cavitation, which can do damage to the engine through over revving and even possibly spin the propeller off. So certainly not the way to go. Now, too much trim down is going to affect your fuel economy and put too much weight on the bow. We've already spoken about that. Now, there's a prime example of a boat that's riding level, it's sitting in the water nice, it'll be responsive to when you want to turn in either direction. Fuel economy will be good, handling's improved, no porpoising. That's the right way to trim your engine. All modern boats have the trim control either at the engine itself, which obviously you can't do as you're driving along, but the trim control at your actual throttle control is the one you can use, and you can adjust it as you go along. Once again, different conditions require slightly different amounts of trim, but as long as you're not porpoising, as long as that engine's not labouring and that nose is drilled down too hard in the water, you're probably in the window. This is Guesty. We'll catch you next time. Thanks for looking at the website.